Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the follow-up to The Shining, Dr. Sleep. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. You can also find me over Twitter and Instagram at Movie Guy 365, as well as over at the Disney Magic Hour podcast. I will leave a link for that in the description. Alright, so it is here, Dr. Sleep, the sequel to The Shining, both the book and the film, and directed by Mike Flanagan, who you might know from over at Oculus and The Haunting of Hill House over at Netflix. I was a big fan, of course, of The Shining, but I didn't, I enjoy the book, I enjoy the movie, and I enjoy them being their own thing, and I know Stephen King had problems with how Kubrick handled The Shining, that's long history right over there, but I never held The Shining as like, oh, this cannot be touched in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't need a sequel or anything like that. If the author of the book, which the movie was based on, has written a sequel, then that is fine enough for me. So I was curious on how Dr. Sleep was going to translate over to a movie, and if it was going to be kind of a sequel to his book or the movie. And to answer that question, it's pretty much both. As far as the film itself goes, I really enjoyed it a lot. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the back half of 2019, but there's been some great films coming out, and Warner Brothers is responsible for, funny enough, quite a few of those. But yeah, as far as the movie, it's great. I really enjoyed it a lot. I think Ewan McGregor is absolutely fantastic as Danny Torrance. Rebecca Ferguson is amazing as Rose the Hat, and the young actress who plays Abra is awesome. I think she was one of the standouts of the film to me. She was great. She had a great presence. And while watching this movie, afterwards, kind of a thing occurred to me. And, funny enough, you can actually compare this to recently Terminator Dark Fate, which I really did not care for. So if you take The Shining, and you take Terminator and Terminator 2, and then you take their quote-unquote sequels that are decades later, the one thing that I feel that Dr. Sleep does more than Terminator Dark Fate is it doesn't kind of crap on what came before. I think it treats The Shining with reverence and care, and knows not to just kind of plow over it the way Terminator Dark Fate does. And it's just, for me, that is how you make a sequel. That is how you make an update. That is how you really treat what came before. You give it the proper respect it deserves, and the audience that enjoys that medium the proper respect it deserves. I just like this movie quite a bit. I think it's really very enjoyable. I feel that it's not a perfect movie. It definitely has, I think, a third act problem, just a little bit. And unfortunately, that's kind of where the original movie more or less, it comes more into play in this one. As far as the Overlook Hotel and what happens there. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a choice they make with a previous character that I wish would have been done differently. But I didn't hate it. I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's not what I would personally have done. And I actually did not read the book. I've just read a couple synopses on it. But I'm not entirely sure that's how it was. I mean, this is more of a filmmaking choice, in my opinion. I think they could have done the same scene, as it was written, but I would have kind of maybe filmed it differently. I guess that's the best way I can explain it. It's just, you could have kept it, but maybe kind of made it a little bit more ambiguous, or kind of left it into the viewer's imagination. That's just a personal preference of mine. But as I said, I think Rebecca Ferguson deserves all the praise as a hardened villain here, flat out. And it was very compelling as well. It's not an easy movie to watch. There's a lot of brutality. There is a fair amount of very adult subject matter, and it's not for the faint of heart, or it's like, oh, haha, I'll bring my 15-year-old to this kind of thing. No, this is a hard R, and it deals with some real troubling stuff. But I enjoyed it so much. It was really good. I feel it's probably one of my favorite Stephen King adaptations now. And I think overall, it's really a good film. It's just, I wouldn't say it's a lot of fun, But if you're a Stephen King fan and you enjoyed the book, I think you're probably going to enjoy this. And also, I feel that if you enjoy The Shining, as far as the movie goes, it treats that with reverence and respect, and it doesn't, you know, disrespect what came previously. So I'm going to go ahead and give Dr. Sleep an 8.5 out of 10. I think it's a solid film. It's great. I can't wait to watch it again. And I absolutely encourage you to go see this one in the theaters. I think a theater experience is necessary. So that's it. Let me know in the comments below if you plan to see Dr. Sleep and what your thoughts were. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.